Jenson Button has got to be one of the most loved characters in F1, and certainly doesn't get the credit he deserves, especially when compared to other great drivers in the modern era. In this video, I'll go over his achievements as an F1 driver, highlight his big strengths as a driver, and explain exactly why he's the most underappreciated champion in F1. First and foremost, his title campaign with Brawn in 2009 was nothing short of spectacular, especially the opening half of the season, which really set in stone his title challenge for the year. Dominant drives in races such as Australia and Monaco highlighted his incredible composure behind the wheel, and that he was as good as anyone when given the right tools. What really showed his strength of character was his remarkable drive in Brazil, coming from near the back to finish 5th with some incredible overtakes to clinch the fairy tale world title for Brawn. It seemed as though the title was slipping out of his hands by the end of the year, with Red Bull delivering an insanely quick package and teammate Barrichello putting in some strong performances of his own. But Jenson wasn't fazed, kept his cool and brought home the points and the championship. However, I feel as though it was 2011, not 2009, which was his absolute peak in terms of F1 performance. Entering the new Pirelli era, it was clear that the drivers who adapted quickest to the new rubber would win out. Jenson was one of these drivers. When it came to managing the tyres, Jenson definitely had the upper hand over Hamilton, his teammate in 2011, and it showed in races such as Malaysia and Japan, where Button used his advantage to perfection. Although Hamilton eventually got the better of Button in most areas, including race pace and tyres, by 2012, let's not take this away from the amazing season JB had in 2011. Of course, what stands out to most people is his victory in Canada. Widely regarded as one of the greatest races in F1 history, Jenson came from last place, pitting 6 times to snatch a victory from Seb Vettel on the final lap. It was a majestic performance and was a true testament to his abilities in mixed conditions, where he's probably one of, if not the very best driver we have ever seen over the years. On the whole, that year, let's not forget he beat Lewis Hamilton, arguably the greatest driver of all time. I'll get it out there, it was certainly Lewis's worst season to date, with all the issues in his personal life and on track with Felipe Massa. However, both drivers won 3 races each and tied 9-all in 2-car finishes in the race head-to-head, with Button being slightly quicker when it came to the race pace overall. Regardless of the circumstances, exceeding a driver like Lewis Hamilton in any year deserves some respect. Fernando Alonso couldn't manage it when he was a rookie. Speaking of Fernando Alonso, Button even outperformed him in 2015. Not only in terms of the points, but also in quali, an area where Button is not really given enough credit. Any credit, in fact. It was another great year from Button, and it was a shame that the 2 great champions McLaren had needed to fight it out at the back with the dismal Honda power unit. Do I think Button is outright one of the greatest drivers in history? Probably not. At the end of the day, he did end up losing the overall battle to Hamilton and Alonso. But my point is that he was closer to Hamilton, for example, than anyone has ever been, in my opinion, and he didn't need to resort to any silly tactics in order to do so. So, all in all, I feel Jenson doesn't get the credit he deserves for these achievements. I'm not so sure as to why. Perhaps his form fluctuated so much that he didn't have the season-to-season consistency like other great champions, Hamilton, Schumacher and Alain Prost, just to name a few. However, this shouldn't make his achievements any less valuable. He wasn't a one-season wonder, if you like. If anything, the start of his career wasn't the best and he really worked for everything he achieved. and for that reason alone he deserves all the credit in the world. And to be held as one of the great champions the sport has been lucky to have. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more F1 content in the run up to the new season.